Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of the Ecko Chamber. I'm your host, J.ecko. What's good? How y'all feeling? For the past few episodes, we've been on more of a psychological bend. For this episode, still going to be a little psychological, but it's going to be a little less theory, a little less, uh, education based, and a little more, interpersonal, what I've seen about myself, what I've noticed in other people, that type of stuff. So today, I guess the topic of this episode is image versus identity. And I guess what I've been thinking on or debating with recently is the idea of how you see yourself versus how other people see you. And uh, Boiling it down to its basics, how you see yourself often differs from how other people see you based purely on your actions. And what I mean by that, and I'm not intending to be vague or anything like that, but what I mean by that is, people form their image of you through how they interact with you, how they've seen you interact with other people, things like that. But how you form your identity, how you form who you truly are, is often based on, yeah, it's based on external things like, how you were raised, the environment you were raised in, and all of that sort of stuff. But it's also based on your actions, the things that you do are often the things that define you. And oftentimes we get so caught up in the image as opposed to the actual identity that we can sort of get lost. Uh, for instance, you spend so much time worrying about, oh, how does this look? How does this appear to everybody else? But you ignore how it feels to you. Sometimes it's okay to not do something because it doesn't feel right, even if it might look great to everybody else. Now, mind you, there are still some things that you are going to have to do, even if they're uncomfortable, i.e., things like, you know, stretching yourself, learning new things, going on, gaining new experiences. All of that stuff can be daunting. All of that stuff can be hard at times, but that's still something you have to do because ultimately you don't want to stay stagnant. You should be growing every day. You should be learning every day. And that can be uncomfortable. That can be strange to some people. That's not what I'm talking about when I say, don't do things that don't feel right. Because, there are certain things that initially might not feel right, but, you give it a little bit of time, you give it a little bit of energy, and, it becomes second nature. It becomes, part of who you are, and it becomes a good part of who you are. So I would like to challenge everybody, including myself, in this episode. This is a pretty short one, but I would like to challenge everybody to do what they can to figure out the difference between what is part of their image versus what is part of their identity. What are the things that at your core make up who you are versus what are the things that you want people to see but aren't really you. I want people to take a good look at that and figure out if it's actually healthy for you. Because if it's not healthy for you, then by all means, get rid of it. But if it is healthy for you, then it might be that thing that you've been ignoring, or that thing that you've been neglecting. It might be time to give a little bit more attention to that. So, thank you guys for listening. Hope you took something away from this. Enjoy the rest of your week. Take care of yourselves. Peace.